yeah, this past 3.5 months has been a eye opening, and just, man, I feel like I've grown so much. My confidence has just grown, moving by myself and just, pulling out my camera and being a content creator around people that I don't know. This takes a lot of confidence. This content creating thing is not, it's not easy, especially for somebody who's always kind of struggled with their confidence. I know I may come off like, I know I may come off like I'm a confident person, but there's definitely times where I struggle with it, and I care too much about other people's opinion of myself. Um, but with that being said, man, I'm so glad that I decided to buy my camera and embark on that journey, and just find out what I'm made of. You know what I mean? And coming back and just being here with my brother and seeing him with his daughter and his wife, man, and it's just like putting it all into perspective, about just how I felt when I was traveling, and just about how important family is to me, and eventually having a family of my own, and just building something here where I'm from, on my soil, and that's really important to me, man. YouTube, what's going on, y'all? Better views, man. Back at you with another video. And yes, I'm here, man. I'm back in the States. I'm out here in Los Angeles, y'all. And I just wanted to make a video kind of just talking to you all about my experience while I was traveling. And just, give y'all a little bit of game, man. And just, anybody that's out there thinking about traveling out of the States, man, I definitely recommend you all going to check out Brazil, and going to check out Nairobi, and going to check out Asia, man. I had a lot of fun these last 3 months, man. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of, it was a lot of ups and a lot of downs, man. These past 3.5 months have taught me a lot. Okay, and I would say the biggest thing, that I've learned, and is that how much I love and appreciate where I'm from. You know what I mean? I'm proud to be an American. It's as head ass as that sounds. You know what I mean? Like, I'm proud of where I'm from. I'm proud to be where I'm from, and I take a lot of pride in it. All right, and I can't really see myself living anywhere else as far as like long term. You know what I mean? And never coming back to where I'm from, and starting a family in a different country. And even though there are so many benefits, and great things about other countries, and some things may even be better, than here. But overall, when it comes to settling down, and thinking about family and starting a family, I can't see myself doing that anywhere else than right here. Okay, and it's unfortunate, because I did meet a lot of really great women while I was traveling. I met some that, maybe even had me thinking about, staying in certain places, longer than planned. But, anyway, man, I'm back. All right. So let's start with Brazil. Okay, man, that's where I started my travel journey, Rio de Janeiro. I had so many thoughts before I left about what it would be like. And then when I actually got there and just seeing what it's like, man, and just being in that culture for 2 months, it was fun. And I had a lot of great times in Brazil. My best takeaway and just my best experience in being in Rio, it's just the beaches, man. The beach culture there is such a vibe. It's a party every day. It's a party every day in Brazil. The block parties, Pedro del Sol. It's just so fun, man. It's so lively. And definitely recommend somebody that that wants to take a trip for a week, 2 weeks, man. Definitely recommend going to Rio de Janeiro, and going out there and having a blast, man, and having fun. But also, just as far as for men, just be safe, man. I feel like women don't necessarily have the same worries that men have, as far as like just with running into women who want to drug you and rob you and stuff like that. I don't feel like women have to really worry about that, as far as with men preying on female travelers and shit like that. I don't think that's a thing. But regardless, always take precautions and stuff like that, man or woman. But I've had people reach out to me that's been drugged and be like, man, how were you moving out there? How were you able to be out there for 2 months, and not have any crazy situations happen, man. And the biggest thing is just like, man, I just, when I'm traveling by myself, I'm very, I'm very aware of my surroundings. I'm very cautious about who I decide to deal with. I made a foolish decision one time while I was in Rio de Janeiro. But everything ended up working out fine. I met a girl, at this international night, and we were drinking. We were having a good time with each other. We ended up leaving with each other. I went back to her place, and she lived pretty far from where I was, and like I was so I was faded. We got back to her place. I was gone. You feel me? I ended up staying the night over there. Woke up the next morning and just was just like, that was a bonehead decision that I made to do. Go with somebody that I don't know all the way back to her house, and being that faded. She was faded too, so it was like, but it was just like, that could have been bad. Thank God it didn't, but that was something where I was like, I went against, everything that I knew was the right thing to do. I went against, I got super drunk. I went to a girl's house that I didn't really know. Thank God, like I said, everything worked out. Nothing happened. But, yeah, Rio de Janeiro, if you're a man that's going to be traveling there, like, you just have to be smart. You have to be cautious, man. You got to just know. You got to be able to be a good judge of character. And you got to just know who you're dealing with. I knew this girl was a regular girl. I knew she wasn't like a working girl, like a prostitute or nothing like that. So it's like, I felt like I can trust her. And ultimately, I made a good decision by as far as who I decided to, spend my time with there. And so that's what, I would just recommend. You just got to be a good judge of character, and you got to just go out there. I'm not a flashy guy. I'm not a flashy guy here. So I'm not going to go somewhere else and start all of a sudden trying to be a flashy dude, especially in a country where, people are struggling and working their ass off every day just to survive and be able to have the basics. It's just I just feel like you just got to be who you are, man. Don't try to go somewhere else, and now that your dollar is stronger and you're in a different country, now you're trying to be somebody you're not. I feel like, yeah, if you're trying to go somewhere and you're trying to be somebody you're not, then probably something bad is going to happen. If you're not somebody who's here trying to in America, and you're paying for play, paying for box, like, don't go to a different country and start doing that, because now you're getting yourself in waters that you don't even know how to swim in. Okay, so me just being where I'm from, growing up how I grow up, I know how to tell if a girl is a working girl or not. Or also I'm just gonna straight up ask, like, hey, like, are you a prostitute? Like, I'm just gonna be blunt, and I'm just gonna ask straight up. And when they are, they'll let you know. They're not shy about it or trying to hide it at all. So that was one of the things. Like I said, when somebody reached out to me and was just asking, how was I able to be out there? I told bro, like, hey, straight up, man, like, any girl that I was talking to, I just straight up asked, like, hey, are you, are this what you do? And once they told me, yeah, I'm like, okay, I appreciate you telling me, but that's just not what I'm looking for out here. And, I would go my way and they would go their way. All right. So, but, like I said, anybody that's traveling for a couple weeks, want a fun place to go to, man, go experience Rio de Janeiro and just enjoy the beautiful scenery, the beautiful beaches, the hiking. It's like, man, breathtaking beauty in Rio de Janeiro. Like, it's breathtaking, man. I don't know what else to say about it. Okay. And then Nairobi, Kenya, man, I understand why, Austin Holloman, YouTuber, I understand why he has, decided to call Nairobi, Kenya home. I get it. It's a beautiful, peaceful, just, as a black man, being able to go to a country where your dollar goes a long way, and just being surrounded by black people, and just that feeling of being a minority, it just disappears when you go to Africa. Like, now you are among the majority. Okay, and not only now are you among the majority, okay, if you make a good living for yourself, now you're among the elite, as far as just, you're talking about classes. Okay, so if you know what I mean, now as far as like, with money, you know, now you're in a different class. And so now there's, different luxuries that you can enjoy that maybe you weren't able to enjoy before. But now that you are, now that you're in Africa, now you're going to be able to enjoy certain things that you might not be able to enjoy here in the States. Like, for example, I got into playing golf while I was traveling. While I was in Africa, I got into playing golf. Never really played golf like that here in the States. My mom had me on a golf team when I was young, but as far as an adult, the most thing when it came to golf, I would go to a Top Golf and, hit some golf balls or go to a driving range, and that was it. Okay, never really got into the game of golf. But I was able to go to some really, really super nice country clubs in Nairobi. I would have to just pay an entry fee of maybe like $30-$40, and I would be able to enjoy these beautiful country clubs. And I'm here in Los Angeles, and I'm looking around like, oh, let me see what, if I want to go play some golf, let me see which ones around here are open to the public, which ones are just for members only. So I was calling around. Okay, so Calabasas Country Club is pretty close here to where I'm at, and their golf course is close to the public. And if you want to be a member, it's $10,000 for a membership at the Calabasas Country Club here in LA. Okay, now there's a bunch of different golf places, so they have some that are open to the public. You can go pay, $15-$20, whatever, and go enjoy some games of golf. But that's just to give you an idea of like the difference, okay, about being in Africa and being in America. Wanting to go experience a country club, okay, $10,000 for a membership at some of the country clubs here in LA. All right, and in Africa, that's not necessarily the case. Yeah, some of the country clubs there were close to the general public, but when I told them I was a foreigner, I'm just traveling, and I wanted to enjoy the country club, they were lenient. They allowed me to just pay a fee to come in and enjoy the country club. So yeah, man, just little things like that. Once you get to Nairobi, and now you just it's just like feels like a weight taken off your shoulders, man. And I get it. I get why people want to, why some content creators go there and they want to sell it. And I get it. I get it. The women are beautiful. Like, man, like I can go on all day just talking about, the women out there, and just like, how they bodies, just their mindset, just the softness, the sweetness, man, just the women there, man, they, the women there are great. I'll just leave it at that. So, for any fella that wants to go travel to Africa, man, you're gonna have a time. You're gonna have a good time there for sure. But with saying that, like, there's a feeling that's unmatched when you are in America and you go somewhere and the vibe is popping, it's lit. There's beautiful women around. You got a fresh new outfit on. Like, you just, you know what I mean? It's just a vibe that's unmatched. You know what I mean? You got the music that you love in the background playing. Like, you know what I mean? As far as just, I only went out a few times when I was in Nairobi, but just that feeling of when you walk into a club and it doesn't quite match up to the feeling I get when I will go out somewhere in the States. Like if I go out to like Old Town Scottsdale in Phoenix, Arizona, and just like going to the clubs and just like, you know what I mean? It's a different vibe that's just unmatched, when it comes to America and just the entertainment and the nightlife. It's just, man, America is like, it's unmatched to me. Okay, that's not to say that you can't go out in other countries and have a great time, like, you know what I mean? But it's just culturally, you know what I mean? I'm American, I'm Black American, you know what I mean? My culture here in America, they try to duplicate it everywhere else, but you know what I mean? It's just, they just don't quite add up. That's just my opinion. But that's not to say that you can't go out and have a great time, because you can and you will, you know what I mean? So, and then, let's see, man, what else can I talk to y'all about? Asia. Okay, I didn't get to spend a lot of time in Asia, but that's a place where I definitely felt like it's unfinished. I have to go back. I have to go back to Thailand. I have to go back to see more of Asia. Okay, I still want to go to Japan. I can just tell that it's going to be super fun, man. Like, and then, maybe that's a trip I'll do in the future. But as far as just what's next for me, man, now that I'm back here in the States, so I've been thinking, I definitely want to continue to travel. But there's some stuff in the States that I want to try, there's some cities in the United States that I want to take y'all with me too, man. I want to go to New York City. I want to go to New York and do some content there, man. I want to go to Chicago, man. Shout out to my boy Kevin, who I met in Rio de Janeiro. He lives in Chicago, man. Told me I'm welcome anytime, bro. As soon as the winter's over with, I will be coming to Chicago, man. I will be doing some content out there. And like I said, New York as well, man. So those are like the two places that are at the top of the list, you know what I mean? Like New York and Chicago. 2025, definitely get ready. Better Views is definitely coming to see you guys once the winter's over with. I'm not coming to New York or Chicago during the winter. It's not happening. I'm gonna enjoy this West Coast, man. And I'm gonna enjoy just being back home, man. And I'll be doing some LA content. I'll be doing some Phoenix, Arizona content. And y'all gonna see it's a vibe here, man. It's a vibe in America. I want y'all, my subscribers that I gained that are in different countries, man. I want y'all to come to America. I want y'all to experience what it's like out here. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna make sure that I show you all some good content and show you all, how we living out here on the West Coast, man. And yeah, this past 3.5 months has been a eye-opening, and just, man, I feel like I've grown so much. My confidence has just grown, moving by myself and just, pulling out my camera and being a content creator around people that I don't know. This takes a lot of confidence. This content creating thing it's not easy, especially for somebody who's always kind of struggled with their confidence. I know I may come off like, I know I may come off like I'm a confident person, but there's definitely times where I struggle with it, and I care too much about other people's opinion of myself. But with that being said, man, I'm so glad that I decided to buy my camera and embark on that journey and just find out what I'm made of, you know what I mean? And coming back and just being here with my brother and seeing him with his daughter and his wife, man, and it's just like putting it all into perspective about just how I felt when I was traveling, and just about how important family is to me, and eventually having a family of my own, and just building something here where I'm from, on my soil, and that's really important to me, man. But to all the new subscribers that I've gained, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Man, I hope that y'all continue to rock with me. And I'm gonna be putting out some dope content, man. I'm still gonna keep this up, okay? And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here, man. Like, subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate it, man. Leave me some comments below. And if there's anybody watching that's in LA and y'all want to link up, y'all want to do some collab, man, just let me know, man. Reach out to me, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up in the comments, whatever. Better Views, man. We outside, back in the States, man. Los Angeles, California. Let's get it, y'all. Shout out to y'all. Peace.